Welcome to the Fitmama podcast, where it's all about gaining your health back as a busy woman and mom, and doing it without sacrificing time with your family or business. Here is your host, mompreneur and Fitmama health coach, Angela Campbell.
Okay, you guys, I am live and I want to make sure that you guys can actually hear me and see me, as I know it's always on a delay. Okay, here we are. You guys, I'm going to do a little bit different today on today's live training because I'll be totally honest with you guys. I usually have a very structured layout to the topics that I love to go over. And today I have pen and paper notes, old school style, just like I used to do. And I'm going to go off my heart today because I feel like that's what you need. I feel like that's what you need. And I feel like God is calling me to do it that way, right? So first, if you are hopping on, please tell me a thumbs up because I feel like that's so that you can hear me. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I take my time to just confirm that you guys can hear me live before I really dive into this. So say hi for sure if you're able to hop on right now and you're able to see me, you can hear me okay. And I want to talk about, I want to get into your minds today. I have been in my own head lately, maybe a little bit too much, and we all experience this at different times. And that's why I kind of wanted to be a little less structured on today's video. So share with me today, if you're watching this right now on the live stream, if you have a certain struggle right now, like tell me what it is in the comments, and know that you're in a safe place. Know that we are inside our Facebook group right now, and this is a place that should be safe. This is a judge-free zone. This is a place for you to know that you're not alone. I guarantee you these things that I'm going to talk about today, we're going to talk about in today's episode, our training about overcoming guilt, or not guilt, excuse me. Well, that's one of them. Overcoming doubt, though, is one of the main ones that I want to talk about today. It's all about doubt because I see women, and I talk to a lot of you guys all the time, and I see just from some of the things that you guys tell me that doubt is oftentimes something that is holding you back from chasing your dreams of just being healthy. I want to talk about our health goals. Obviously, I talk so much about wanting to be healthy. We want to lose weight. We want to get to a place in our lives where we feel good, we function good, and we love the bodies that we are in. God put us on this earth in one body. We have one body to live it in, you guys. And I see doubt more than anything holding women back from even starting on their health journey or even getting to their goals. It's not always the fact that you're doing something that's not going to work for you, because it very likely could work for you. It's oftentimes you give up too fast because you doubt that you can actually go through it and actually make it happen. Right. So if you feel like doubt is something that you struggle with, doubt is something that maybe what's holding you back, doubt is just something that you deal with in your mind on a regular basis, know that you're not alone first, and two, type doubt in the comments. I want to see if that is you, and then if I'm resonating with who I'm talking to today, right? We're talking about overcoming doubt today because we all deal with it. I want to talk a little bit about mom guilt and ideas and things that you can shift your mind to get rid of the mom guilt. Is it something that you can get rid of with the flip of a switch overnight? No, it's something that you're going to deal with. If you are a mom, know that mom guilt is real. Mom guilt is something that we all deal with. And mom guilt is something that is always going to be there. And it's always got to be something that you're working on, tiny little things and tiny little changes in this right here to get past it. Right? Because I talk to women and moms every single day that don't invest in themselves, not time, not finances, not anything, because they're filled with guilt that, no, I can't take that time away from my family. No, I have 20 million other things that I have to do for everyone else, but never myself. I don't have time for myself, right? And so I really want to help you with some different ways and different ideas to maybe help you get over that in today's episode and today's training. So first, if you are watching, say hi. If you are someone that deals with doubt, like I doubt that I can even accomplish these health goals that I'm setting for myself, so why even start, right? or you just get into a certain point of your journey, like maybe it's not going as fast as you want. Maybe you had a setback. Maybe the scale went up. Maybe you caved and had something on that wasn't on your meal plan. Like, it's all good. These are things that happen, and that's why I even trigger these. Hey, Jennifer, what is up, girl? And so we're going to talk a little bit about mom guilt, and we're also going to talk a little bit about fear of failure, right? But one of the biggest things that I want to talk about when it comes to doubt is oftentimes, and there's a video I was watching the other day on this very topic, which kind of also intrigued me and inspired me to go into this training today with you. Brendan Burchard is someone that I love to follow. If you don't follow him, Brendan Burchard, I will drop his video that inspired me for some of this today in the comments below. But he's a performance habit coach. I have his book right here, High Performance Habits, and you can actually, this is an amazing book. You can get it on Audible as well too. He's phenomenal, and you can relate it to anything. You can relate it to your health journey. You can relate it to your business journey, like all the things. Okay, so but one of the things he talked about was doubt. Okay, so listen up. If you are struggling right now with doubt, like I don't even want to start this health journey because I doubt that I can even finish it. I don't want to start, like I doubt that I will be able to find time to fit myself in. I doubt that I'll have time to meal prep. I doubt that I will like anything that she asks me to eat, right? I'm just going off my head. If there's a certain doubt that you have, like drop it in the comments. But do you know doubt usually comes from our ego, and it's a thought pattern. It is often a thought pattern that hold us back. We put the doubt in our own minds. I can't stress enough how many times maybe we did have a failure. Maybe we started something in the past. Maybe we started a diet in the past, a workout program, you name it, whatever it is, and you didn't follow through. So that right there is going to create a doubt in your mind, right? So maybe you did lose weight in the past, but then you gained it back. So now you're already doubting in your mind that you can do it this time and actually keep it off, right? How about, I hear this one a lot. I've even caught myself using it before, and now I'm like, no, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. But how about age? How many times have you ever either said it to yourself or heard other people say, you know what, I'm too old. I can't get healthy now. I can't lose weight now. I'm too dang old. That's not true. I know some of the healthiest, most fittest people in the world that didn't even start till their 50s or beyond, right? But how many of you guys have said it? How many of you guys have said, I'm too busy? Nope, not too busy. I'm not even going to start it because I'm too busy chasing a good career, chasing kids, chasing, anything, your career, or maybe it's a business that you're trying to chase or whatever the scenario may be. Here's another one. How about you doubt that you're even worth it? I can't stress enough how many times I hear moms say this one. And it hits me in the heart because you are worth it. And these are the mindset shifts that I really want to talk about today. Doubt is something that we all deal with. And I will tell you, with me personally, I deal with it a lot. I deal with it a lot in all things. And it's a mindset shift that I have to do every single day. And I have some really amazing coaches in business and in my health. I have a business coach, you guys. I have my own health coach. I coach women every single day in their health. But I have my own health coach because I start to doubt myself. If I have a setback, especially if it comes to business, and this goes for anybody that's listening right now. If you have a failure, even if it's a minor failure, the scale went up, I forgot to meal plan this week or just didn't do it. Or, my pants are tight this week. Gosh, I did something wrong. I screwed up. I failed. So now I doubt myself already that I could even keep going or get results again. All these things happen all the time. But here's one of the things that you have to ask yourself. There's six things that I'm going to go over with this. And one of the things you have to ask yourself is this doubt that I have in my mind, or the worry, or the lack of belief in yourself. Okay, whichever you want to put it in, whatever category that is this doubt or non-belief in myself, is it actually helpful to my joy? Is it helpful to the new person that I want to be? And I guarantee the answer is probably going to be no to that. But you have to ask yourself that. So if you're constantly someone who worries, I'm a worrier, and I got it from my mama, and I'm going to call her out on this video because I love you to death. We all worry. But here's the thing, you guys, if you stay stuck in worry and non-belief and doubt in your own self, you're already stealing your joy, and you haven't even started. Or maybe you have started wherever you're at in that journey, you guys. So you have to ask yourself, if I am constantly sitting right here worrying and doubting myself, is this helpful to the joy or my joy? Is this helpful to my joy? Is this helpful to my family's joy? Is this helpful to me to get to that new version of me that I've stressed and say that I want to get to so bad? And if the answer is no to that, then you really have to think really hard and heavy about it. And you have to, and you really have to start making the mindset shift. Okay, whether you can do that on your own, awesome, or get yourself an accountability buddy, or if you're at a place in your journey where you know you can't do this alone because you've tried over and over and over and failed, then get help. That's what I did. I failed and I invested in myself with a business coach at a point in my life where we were in the worst financial position we personally, gosh, I can't even talk. We were in the worst financial place we had been in over 10 years. And I invested a lot of money, like thousands of dollars in a business coach because I knew it was time. It was time because I doubted myself so bad and I didn't think I could get anything done on my own anymore. And I realized that I couldn't because I had proven over years and years and years of failing that it was time and that it was a make or break time. I either needed to figure out how I was going to make an investment in myself to get help, or it was just, it was up to me to make some freaking changes. I realized I wasn't able to do those things on my own. So I got help and I racked up some serious credit card debt to make it happen. But you know what? It was the best decision I ever made in my life. Why? Because not only are we having success in business, we're having success in my calling and purpose in life as helping you guys, helping other women that are in a place that I was at one point in my journey, to get past it. Right. So again, number one question you ask yourself, if you right now are doubting your ability in anything in your health journey, maybe it's in your mom life, maybe it's in being a wife, maybe it's chasing your business online, maybe it's growing your career, wherever that is the doubt that you are constantly living in on a daily basis helpful to your joy or to the new version of you that you want to be? And then answer that. Answer it to me privately. Put it in a private message to me if you guys aren't comfortable sharing it out loud. But there's value and power. Power is the word I'm looking for in actually sharing that with someone else. If your doubt is not helpful to your joy, then we have to learn ways to stop it. Okay. And that kind of goes into the next question. They kind of go hand in hand. I kind of jumped ahead. I always jump ahead. But will this belief or lack of belief, the belief that you can't do it, that you're telling yourself over and over and over, will this actually carry you to be the new version of you? And I guarantee that answer is no. If you're finding yourself in constant worry or doubt in the fact that you're worth it, or doubt in the fact that you can't even accomplish it, will that actually carry you to the new version of you? And if the answer is no, then you got to release it. You got to be able to release it. Okay. Here's the next question. Is your doubt or your belief verified? And what does that mean? What do I mean by that? If you've done it once, you can do it again. Okay. And this is something that I find extremely important for you to understand. I want you to think about, and this is, okay, so we're in this group, kind of side note here, in this group, and this is open to everybody and for free. On Monday, we are doing a live goal setting training that is going to be kind of on this topic a little bit that I'm going to go into. I'm giving you a little sneak peek. So Monday, it's a free training. There's a link here. I'll put it up above as well to RSVP. It's going to be on a Zoom. It's not going to be me just live streaming and talking. It's going to be a Zoom. It's going to be interactive. Get on it if you can. It's for anybody and everybody. But one of the things I want to kind of goes into this question, is your doubt or the lack of belief that you have in yourself right now verified? And what does that mean? If you've done something before that was really hard and you got through a really big struggle before, then I guarantee you can do it again. You just lost a little bit of belief in yourself, and maybe you have to lean on someone else's belief in you in order to get it done. And then you're going to believe in yourself again. Does that make sense? Share, if you're comfortable sharing, share below if you're already doubting. If you're doubting yourself right now, put doubt in the comments. All I want to see is the word doubt. I want to make sure that you guys are resonating and getting something from today's training. Most, well, I know we'll catch this on a replay, but if you're live with me right now, for sure. Is the doubt or belief verified? Here's the question, and this is kind of something we're going to go into way more depth on Monday's training, with the goal setting training. I want you to think of something that you have done in the past. It was crazy hard, something that you've overcome, something that you've got through, something maybe it was, hey, I lost 50 pounds before, like I can freaking do it again, right? Or maybe it was something super hard in your life. Maybe it was financial. Maybe it was a struggle you went through in your marriage. Maybe it was, something really hard because you lost a family member, you name it. Like the list can go on and on and on. I want you to stop for a second today, whether it's now, if you're comfortable sharing something, great, out loud. And if not, I totally respect that and get it. But I want you to really think about something that you've gone through in the past that you overcome, and something that you were proud that you got through. And I want you to lean on that as a little bit of extra belief in yourself that you did it before. I'm going to do it again. Not I can, I went through XYZ before. I can do this again, right? So think about something. I want you to really think about something that you went through that was really hard in the past, and you overcome it, because that right there is going to help you remember how strong you are as a person and help you release some doubt. Okay. So that's a really, really big one. Here's number 4 that I want to kind of go over is whatever it is you're doubting in your control. Man, how many of us are control freaks? Put control freak in the comment if that is you. Or if you're listening to this later on the podcast, because we upload these weekly on the podcast as well too, so you can catch it later on replay there instead of having to go to live stream Facebook, then get in our group one and share with us. But acfitmama.com/Facebook, if you're listening to this on the podcast later and you're not in our group yet, it's a group for all women. But is this in my control? And this is where I want you to really think about it and be honest with yourself, or be honest in the comments. Is this in your control? If you're a control freak, you'll relate to this. I'm a control freak, and I've been really praying hard and heavy on it lately to stop. And I've got some really amazing accountability buddies that have been really helping me learn things that I need to let go of control and stop kind of trying to control everything. Because if you do, you're going to drive yourself crazy, and you're going to stress yourself out and even burn yourself out. Been there, done that. Find myself sometimes going back down that route. Asked for some serious prayer this weekend from our pastors to recognize when that's the case, and it's time to let go of control and not let yourself get burned out, because all you're doing is trying to control things that you cannot control. Does that make sense? So like, it is whatever it is that you're doubting. Like if you're doubting that you're going to get through a tough time in your life, or your marriage, or your business, or even in your health journey, like there's a lot of things in your health journey that are in your control. And so there's two sides to this question. Is this in my control? Okay. So where you have to maybe spend 5-10 minutes brain dumping on a pen and paper, and write down the things right now that you're worried about. Write down the things that you are worried about, and the things that you're trying to achieve. And I want you to look back at each one of them after you make yourself a list, and think, is this in my control? Can I control whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? Can I control when people, I don't know, want to follow me? Maybe you're like me and grow businesses online. Can I control when people like what I say or what I don't? No, I can't control but I can control me, and I can still share and stop doubting and worrying about what everybody else thinks. And I'm just going to put it out there, and those that want to follow will follow. And if they don't, they don't. And it's okay either way. But you have to make that list first. What are the things you're worrying about the most? And then I want you to go back through them and think, what is this in my control? Or should I just leave this one to God? Because God's really the one in control. And these are things that I've had to do. Well, what about this? Maybe it is on your weight loss journey. I'm trying to lose weight, right? So is this in my control? Like, am I missing my workouts? Am I not meal prepping? Am I making bad choices on my food? These are little things that are in your control, but we often find reasons or excuses or why we're not accomplishing or why we're not doing these little bitty things. Okay. But the things that are in our control, focus on those and stay strong and get them done. the things that are not in your control, you got to release. You got to release them and stop letting them control your life and control your mind. Okay. So if it's in your control, focus on it. If it's not in your control, you got to let it go, or you're going to worry yourself to death and worry yourself into so much worry, and doubt creeps in, and then stress creeps in, and then stress is going to cause all kinds of health issues that will keep you from losing weight or keep you from being that healthier, happier, energized version of yourself. Okay. So if it's in your control, great, focus on it and make it happen. If it's not in your control, let it go. We have to. And I'm preaching to myself when I talk about this, because like I said, I'm a control freak too. Number 5 is what judgment can be released. So I want you to think about that one for a second and think about all the things you're going through in your life and what judgment can be released. Okay. And here's an example of this one. Maybe we all live on a social media world, and some of us spend too much time worrying about what everybody else thinks. This is a big one. So many people hold themselves back from doing certain things that they know they're going to better themselves because they're worried about what their friends are going to think, or what is everybody else going to think. Well, oh my gosh, what if I chase this business goal and my friends all think it's a scam and crazy? Who cares what they think? They don't pay your bills. Or what about, I know I'm often really, really guilty sometimes of not wanting to share something out loud and be way more vulnerable with you guys. Like 2021, my goal is to be more vulnerable with you guys. Why? Because one, if I can share the struggles I've been through and the things that I've gone through and overcome, then I feel like hopefully it will at least inspire, even if it's just one person that resonates with it. Right. But I oftentimes don't want to share, even if it's my before and after pictures. I almost didn't share my most recent ones a couple weeks ago because I was like, oh, what is everybody gonna think about them? Hello, get that out of your head. I'm talking to myself too, y'all. If we sit and worry about judgment of others, everybody, here's a perfect example. I always love to use this as an example. Judgment, I don't now, but I used to work in a gym. I was a trainer in a gym, and I can't tell you how many people would sign up for memberships and never show up. And the number one reason why I would see people that pay for a membership and didn't show up, because they were fear of judgment of what people were going to think about them when they were in the gym doing their workout. So they were worried more about people looking at them and thinking I'm crazy, or they think I don't know what I'm doing, or they're just looking at me and thinking, oh, look at this girl, who is she? If you can relate to that one, then put the word gym in the comments. If you've ever paid for a membership and never gone because you're worried about what everybody else is going to think about you and they're working out because you don't feel like you know what you're doing enough, I can't stress enough how many times I saw that. But the biggest thing I got to say about that one is I want you to realize that all the other people that are in there doing it as well, they have the same feelings about you looking at them. I guarantee you they're not worried about you. And neither are the friends that are doing all other things, because I guarantee you, because they have their own struggles. So you have to learn to release the judgment, release the judgment of what you think others are going to think of you because I joined a program, or what are others going to think about me because I all of a sudden am loving to work out. I'm loving how I feel in my own skin. I love eating healthy. I love meal prepping, but nobody else around me does these things. So they're going to think I'm crazy. Well, who cares? Because you're the one getting healthy. And they probably think you're crazy because they don't want to do it themselves, or they're just not quite at that point yet where they're ready to. And that's okay. But you can inspire them by doing it. And if you don't inspire them, that's okay too. It's not their life to live. It's your body to live in, not theirs. So you have to learn to release judgment. And then here's the last that I want you to think about. By releasing doubt, releasing the non-belief, and just doing it, I want you to think about the role model you can become. And I bring this one up because obviously I talk to a lot of mamas. And I know not everybody in this group is a mom, but most of you are. And majority of the women I work with are moms. And if they're not a mom, they're a caretaker. Or they're not a mom, they have people in their life that they love, and they spend time thinking of. We as women are natural people that just want to please everybody, and we want to take care of everybody. It's just what we do. How God created us, I guess. But I want you to think about being a role model. Who are people in your life that look up to you And what are the steps and the things that you can do to be the best role model to them? And I bring that one up as very important one because I talk to a lot of mamas who their kids are very important to them. Their kids are their why. Their kids are often what also creates the mom guilt because you don't want to take time away from them. You don't want to spend money on yourself because you think of all the things that you need to spend money on your kids. What type of role model can you be by actually releasing the doubt, releasing the judgment that you think everybody else has on you because that's just what you think? It's not necessarily the case. Okay, what type of role model can I be if I let go of the doubt that I have in myself and actually get uncomfortable and actually take the steps that I need to take in order to make myself a healthier, happier version of myself? I can be an amazing role model for my kids and teach them at a young age. Just had a conversation with a mama this morning. She has 3 kids, and she was brought up and not such a great role model, having bad habits instilled in her as a kid. And this is very common among the ladies that I talk to. A lot of them didn't necessarily grow up with healthy habits. So sometimes that leads us to where we are right now. We're not the healthiest versions of ourselves, but guess who can change that? You can. You can become a healthier, happier version of yourself. And more importantly, you can be an amazing role model for your kiddos so that they can see that in you and want to do the same. Our kids look up to us. We're their heroes. Right? So what can you do? You can release the doubt in your own mind and just do it anyway. Don't let it hold you back from being an amazing role model for your kiddos, for your babies, for your family, maybe for your spouse. I know a lot of women that want to get healthier and hopefully in prayers that they inspire their spouse also get healthy because they know they need to, right? So be the role model by releasing the doubt and doing it anyway, releasing the judgment because these are things that are holding you back from being the best version of you, right? Releasing the judgment, right? Releasing the mom guilt. Mom guilt's a big one. This is one of the best ways that you can release mom guilt. I talked about it and gonna be one of the topics of today's video. If you struggle with mom guilt, you won't find time for yourself because I'm worried about it taking time away from my kids. I'm struggling with mom guilt because I don't want to spend money on myself because I know that my kids need this and that and this and the other. If you want to be a role model for your kid, you have to invest time and maybe money. Depends on the person. Everyone is different and every scenario is different. I've had some of the people that are in the worst financial positions ever find a way to make it happen because they wanted it bad enough and they wanted to be a role model for those around them. And so that's huge. If you want to be a role model, you have to do it because they are not going to do it just because you tell them to. They're going to do it because you're doing it and they want to follow your lead. It's just, whether that's being a mom and you want your kids, maybe you are a leader in your business. I know a lot of people in this group that are mompreneurs as well, entrepreneurs, have all kinds of different businesses, or maybe you're a leader in your job. Maybe you have a leadership role, management role, any of those things. If you want people below you or under you or that look up to you as an influence to actually do the things you want them to do, then you have to do them too. So you can be a role model for your kids. You can be a role model for your spouse. You can be a role model for your family. You can be a role model for those at your job that you want to help. You can be a role model for your team if you're growing a team with your online business or whatever the thing may be. And all of these things are going to help you get over the fear of not succeeding again on your health. Anything that I just talked about was if you failed before, know it's okay. I can't even remember it. I love motivational videos I listen to every single day. One of the best things that I heard the other day, and I can't even remember word for word what it was, but it was talking about being afraid of failure. So many people don't chase business goals, health goals, because they have a fear of failing. The people at the top, you guys, the people that have the most success, whether it's their health or business, are the ones that failed the most. I guarantee it. I could probably write a book on the failures that I've had more than the successes that I've had. And it's okay because you have to learn from them. I had this conversation with my daughter the other day. She got in trouble and it was it was totally out of her character, what happened and what she did. And she's mortified and embarrassed that it even happened or that she did it. But the best thing that I tried to explain to her after she got her punishment, and we never yelled at her, we just explained to her how wrong what she did was, and explained to her, baby, this is what happens. In life, you're going to make mistakes. In life, you're going to fail. In life, you're going to do things that you're embarrassed of. In life, all these things are happening. The best thing that you have to do, though, is learn from this and understand that you don't want to do this again. And you have to look at that at the same thing when it comes to failures. If you have fallen before and you have failed at your weight loss, you have failed at trying to get healthy, you have failed at whatever it is that you are trying to chase, it's okay. Look at those. Those are the best forms of teaching you what to do and what not to do the next time around. Okay. And use them as lessons. Don't let fear of failure. You are going to fail. And the best thing you can honestly do is expect the failures to come, because it's literally, it's part of it. It is required in order to get there. Like, God will not put you through anything that you cannot overcome. And you are put through all these things and all these failures and all the things that happen to you for a reason. And these are the things that are going to help you get to where you really truly want to be. They're going to help you succeed. Failure is a part of it. So if you're scared of falling and failing again, I get it. I totally understand it. It sucks to fail. But if you really want it bad enough to get to be the version of you that you want to be, you got to go through them. And don't do it alone. If you are tired of struggling and you need help, reach out. I would love to chat with you, even if it's just to give you a little pep talk to keep going, or work with you. If you are at a place in your journey that you know you need help, then let's lock arms and do it together. Or at minimum, get in here and love on others in this group, and I guarantee you will reciprocate and they will love on you as well too. Yes, Krista. Oh my gosh, I love it. Fail 7, win 3. You gotta fail, you guys. And don't let it hold you back, because guess what? The more you let it hold you back and you don't work on yourself or whatever it is that you're trying to chase your goals, you're just putting it off further and further and further and further. And you end up costing yourself so many things along the journey that you could have overcome if you just got a little uncomfortable and was okay with failure. So if you have any questions based on anything I said today, please drop them in the comments, or if you're not comfortable talking about it out loud, get in my inbox and send me a message. I would love to even just love on you, maybe put you in my prayers, or wherever you are at in your journey where you need it. But if you're struggling mentally, I hope this helped. You can get motivated, get started with baby tiny steps, but you got to release the doubt. You got to release the mom guilt if that's what's holding you back from doing anything, and release the fear of failure, because it's definitely part of the journey. So that's it, you guys. I'm going to stop there because this has been a really long video, but I wanted to share all of that. So I hope you got some value from it. And if you need someone to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, or just help, reach out. Never hurts to at least explore your options. You guys have an amazing day. Lots of awesome things coming, and hop on our training on Monday. There's a link. I'll put it in the description of this video as well too. It's a Zoom training with me and anyone who hops on. We're going to dive really deep into some goals for you. It's open to anybody in this group, whether you were working with us or not, or just need somebody's help to write your goals out, man. But we're going to use a slightly different approach, a lot deeper. Got to get in your heart for you to make it happen. So that's it, you guys. Y'all have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all soon. Every Thursday, 11 a.m. There's a different style of training in here based on what you guys tell me y'all need the most of. So y'all have an amazing day.